Hey guys, how's it going? Last video I had one fender left to do, the right front body work on it. It's been 2.5 days on it, man. The thing was beat to hell, especially along the little bead along the outside edge, all the way, the whole length of it. So yeah, a lot of dicking around with that, but I got it now, so I'm ready to start priming. So I've got to do a major cleanup first. Move some stuff around, make some room, and then we'll get after priming the all 4 fenders and the hood, and yeah, then we'll go from there. I think we'll get into some block sanding on the body and get it prepped for paint, and yeah, that's where we're at. So new subscribers, thank you very much, appreciate it again, and you know, let's keep it rolling, man. It's going good. So I'm gonna do a cleanup and move some crap around, and then we'll get right to it. Okay, well, before I clean up, I'm going to show you this real quick. You can see I pretty much had to skim out the entire fender. So, you know, and this is the area I had trouble with here, all the way down. The bead itself was beat to hell, as was the fender along it. So, you know, it put it on, sand it off, put it on, sand it off, and for almost 3 days. But anyway, we got her. So yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and clean up now. Okay, so I've cleaned up. I'm gonna mix up a little bit of primer. This is the stuff I use. It's PPG. It's called Omni, but it's this is a high build primer. It's really thick. So this particular brand mix 4 parts primer to 2 parts reducer and 1 part hardener. So I'm going to go ahead and mix that. I don't want to mix too much because I can only spray 2 fenders at a time. That's all I've got room for. So you see how thick this stuff is. I like to mix up the primer and the reducer first, and then add the hardener at the end. You have to reduce it, or you just can't spray it through the gun. It's too thick. And once that reducer flashes off and evaporates, you're left with the hardener, or the primer, I mean. Well, okay, well, I'm going to go ahead and load the gun, reset the camera, plug in the fan so you're going to hear some noise, and we'll shoot him. Okay, well overall they look pretty good. I'm gonna go to time lapse now. You know, all the block sanding finished, and hopefully the last coat of primer on it tomorrow, which will be Friday. And you know, then that way I can wet sand it Saturday in the morning, early afternoon, and get the body painted. So that's the plan. I'm hoping that's how it works out. You know, the best laid plans, right? But anyway, yeah, that's where I'm at. And man, it was dusty today, and then, you know, with block sand, or with sanding those fenders and stuff, and then whatever. So it's probably going to take you know, at least 4 beer to wash all that dust down. So yeah, so I'm going to finish block sanding it tomorrow, and I'll see you after I'm done that. Okay, so it is now Friday evening, about 8 o'clock, I guess. I spent the whole day block sanding, but you know, it came out pretty good. There was a couple of spots like there and over there that needed a touch up. Over here, another little spot, and yeah, the rest was good. So I'm going to mask this thing off and shoot it in primer, and that way it'll be dry enough tomorrow when I get up. I can wet sand it and shoot this sucker in paint, because I think she's as ready as she's going to get. So yeah, I'm pretty happy about that. So yeah, I guess I'll carry on and mask her up. Won't take long. You know, the windows and everything are already masked off. The running boards are, so just the roof and cowl section cover up the motor. So yeah, we're good to go. Good morning. Saturday morning. As you can see, I got it primed last night, and it's ready to go. I'm going to wet sand the whole car with 400 grit, and yeah, clean it up and get it ready for paint. Everything looks pretty good. I was out here till, I don't know, 2 o'clock. So, a little tired, but whatever. Shit happens. Let's get after it, man. Okay, so a couple hours took, sanded the whole car. Nothing jumped out at me as being weird or funky or anything like that. So I'm calling it paint ready. I've got a mask off the roof, of course, and I'm gonna recover my windows. The reason for that is I don't want any of this gray primer, you know, maybe a little flake or speck come off of it while I'm spraying, end up in the paint. It's this car is going to be black, so we don't want anything in the paint. Yeah, I got to wash everything down with wax and grease remover, clean up in here a little bit. So once I get ready, I'll put it on time lapse, and yeah, we might as well just get right to it. So let's do that. Okay, so that's the base coat. Looks pretty good to me. Yeah, she's pretty much ready for clear. I'm gonna shoot that right after supper. Gonna eat first. So yeah, all looks pretty good to me. Don't see any real issues at all. So yeah, clear coat after supper, and I'm calling it done. Okay, so I had my supper and came out and put the shine on it. So check it out. You know, I used the owner actually picked up the premium paint and clear coat. It's called the Matrix setup from PPG, and man, it lays out nice. I put 5 heavy coats on this thing, and man, she's nice and straight. I mean, look at the reflection, you know, you can see the hose and everything. If it wasn't straight, that'd be all wavy. But yeah, no, I'm quite pleased with it. I think it looks damn good. So as soon as it's dry to the touch, it's still tacky right now, but as soon as it's dry to the touch, we'll unmask it. You don't want to wait too long to unmask, because it can be a bitch once it's gotten too dry. You can have all sorts of problems. But yeah, I'm quite pleased with it, man. It looks almost like a mirror. So yeah, good to go. So I'm going to unmask that, and then it's well, I'm not going to lie to you, time between coats is a tall can of beer. So, you know, I've had 5. And I'll have probably a couple more to celebrate, because tomorrow I can now roll this thing outside and get it in the sun. It's supposed to be sunny and mild tomorrow, and we'll just let her bake on there. And yeah, so that's it. Okay, so there you go. You know, I didn't think there would be, but there's quite a bit of difference between the Omni and the Matrix. It's more expensive, but you know, like, you get what you pay for, right? It laid out really, really nice. So I'm super stoked, man. I think it's gonna look great when it's all together, and you get all the chrome showing and all that stuff. Yeah, so I can't wait to roll that thing out of here, and that gives me some room to finish off the fenders and the hood and get this thing done and out of here. So yeah, new subscribers, thank you very much again. You know, got another bunch this week, and if you haven't already, you know, subscribe, hit the little bell, you know the routine, and you know, tell your chums, tell your buddies. What else? Yeah, that's about it. So when I come back for the next video, we'll get on those fenders and hood and all that kind of stuff, and then we just got a couple days of dicking around with suspension and stuff like that, putting it back together. Yeah, so you know, if you don't do anything else, get out in the garage and build something, man. Later, guys.